I don't think that I ever believed there was a promise of the American dream, but I bristle and I'm upset at the idea of being manipulated, at the idea of how much propaganda we're fed out of our mainstream airwaves and from our politicians. And to me, that is kind of a false promise. It is a false truth. And, ever since I discovered, and it maybe took me a little longer than some, but, in my college years and then shortly thereafter, how much we're lied to when we're kids in school. And we're told that certain people are heroes or that certain people discovered America when millions of people already lived here, and those kind of things, figuring that out just infuriated me. So I think I've always had this anger at being lied to and anger at being manipulated. And, the stuff I hit on in the book is some of the biggest topics where I'm like, this is how we're being lied to. This is how we are being, we are being used as a way for them to extract more profit. In the manipulation.
Let me follow up. You talk about 8 myths that keep, in the book, you talk
Yes.
about 8 myths that keep the United States from collapsing. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit, at least about some of them.
Yes, well, some of them are fit with what we said initially, which is, the idea that we have a democracy, the idea that we have a great electoral system, when in fact a large Harvard study rated it the worst in the Western world. We vote on black box machines that no one's ever allowed to see what goes on inside of them. It's just ridiculous. Also the myth that, if you just work hard enough, you will succeed. You will become rich, or at least, upper middle class or something. But in fact, there's people working their butts off all across America that are not getting rich. They're just barely able to sustain. And so, that is a very powerful myth that, well, they're not working hard enough. Is that true? Does Bloomberg work billions of times harder than your average American? No, it's laughable. And so, those are some of the important myths, I think, that keep this system going, because if people understood that these are myths, that these aren't true, that this is an adult fairy tale, I think you would see riots in the street. You would see far more people furious.